Hi guys, what's going on? Ashley Dash here, your favorite career branding expert. I am super excited to speak with you guys today because I'm all about increasing your confidence, getting boss money, and getting unstuck at work. Now today we're going to talk about feeling stuck. So I simply titled this message, Do you feel stuck? That's like a yes or no question. But a lot of times we feel stuck, but we don't actually like address like the elephant in the room. Like we see things that are happening, we have patterns that keep repeating, but we don't want to say that we're stuck. Or and very few times will we admit that we feel stuck in a rut. And I actually experienced this year. And I wanted to kind of share a little bit about what I did, what was holding me back, and how you can actually make a change for the better if this applies to you. Now, if this doesn't apply to you, but you know someone who could benefit from this message, I would appreciate greatly if you would share this message, tag them in the comment section so they can actually see this message, or just share it on your page. That'd be great. And if you're saying watching the replay, just say, "Hey, Ashley, I'm watching the replay," to let me know that you've been here and that you stopped by. Okay, guys. So I want to talk about earlier this year. And actually a little now, not as much now, but earlier this year, I just felt stuck, like stuck in a rut. And I felt stuck in, I don't say every part of my life, but almost every part of my life. Like professionally, I felt like it wasn't moving the way I thought it should move, or I should be getting what I thought I should get. Personally, I was meeting people, but it was kind of weird. Spiritually, I didn't feel as like connected to God, or as I know I have been in the past. Health wise, I wasn't losing weight. There was just a lot of things happening this year where I felt that I was just stuck. I felt like I wasn't moving forward. If anything, I was actually moving backwards, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I was getting really frustrated and feeling really kind of down and trying to figure out, what is happening. Like, I've been so successful. I've done these really, really cool, amazing things. Why can't I move forward past this place? Right? And I didn't really know what to call it. I just know that I felt stuck and I couldn't move forward. And I had to talk to some different people and do some different things to figure out what was happening and what was going on. And that's what I actually want to share with you guys. I want to share with you the 3 reasons why I was stuck in a holding pattern this year. And some of these, or maybe all of them, are one of the reasons why you may feel stuck in your current place. So that could be in a relationship, in a career, anywhere. I just felt like I couldn't, no matter what I did, I really couldn't get my head above water. I couldn't move forward. And it really weighed heavily on my soul. And it took about 2 or 3 months to figure out what I'm getting ready to share with you, like in the next 5 minutes. But I actually had to reach out to some people that are much smarter than I to help me move forward. And we had to process some things and work some things out and talk through some things and do some exercises that, to be honest, I wasn't necessarily comfortable with, but I did anyways because I wanted to move past this place of being stuck. I wanted to move forward in a powerful way. I wanted to be excited about the rest of 2019 moving forward. And some amazing things are happening in the background. I cannot wait to announce them. But it's only as a result of me actually having this conversation with myself that I was able to move forward, excited and powerful and ready for the rest of 2019 and 2020. Okay, guys? So the first thing I did is I did call someone who helps me process information. She is one of my accountability partners, and we had to be honest, a real in-depth and long conversation. And what we discovered, well, I can't say we because she's more of a facilitator of the conversation, but what I discovered, what she helped me determine, was that I was scared. The reason why things kept happening, like I would have 1 step forward and 3 steps back, is that deep down inside, I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen, whether it was positive or negative. I was just kind of okay with the status quo. Now, I know that's a mindset thing. I know that's a mental thing. But it was actually resulting in my actions. So I would, on the subconscious level, I was basically sabotaging myself, for lack of a better word. I was doing things against my best interest. And I didn't realize it at the time because in my mind, I was just living my life. I was just moving forward. I was just making decisions that I felt benefited myself and the people around me, right? But when she actually started asking me questions, when she started actually like pinging me, right, for lack of a better word, and asking me, well, Ashley, why did you make that decision? How did that serve you? Why would you do that? I started seeing all these little behaviors that were or sabotaging myself. For example, for health, Ashley, why don't you go to the gym? When you know you hate the gym, when you can just go exercise outside, or if you have an exercise program you can do online, right? Ashley, why would you put food in the house that is going to help you gain weight and not lose weight? But in my mind, I was saying one thing, right? I was saying, I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want to do XYZ in my career. I want to do XYZ in my love life. I want to do XYZ in my spiritual journey, right? I said all these things out of my mouth, but I wasn't taking action, right, to actually do those things in my heart, if that makes sense, right? And my behaviors didn't match. So I really want you guys to know that fear manifests itself in some really interesting, crazy ways, right? Fear isn't always, anxiety or feeling a weirdness in the pit of your stomach. Fear isn't always going to show up when you watch a scary movie. Sometimes fear is doing the opposite of what you know to do. Like, if I want to actually increase my spiritual journey, then I should actually read my Bible more. I should actually reach out, and go to church or Bible study, or, have some type of morning routine where I'm talking to God on a more regular basis if I want to deepen my relationship with him, right? But what I discovered, right, is fear was holding me back. What happens, right? I don't know what's going to happen if I deepen my relationship with God. I'm not sure if he's going to bless me, or if he's going to bless me in a way that's going to feel like, I'm going to say a curse, but make it feel like more work because he's teaching me something. So instead of, going forward, I was lukewarm. I was like, you know what, me and God, we cool right here. We have an understanding. I don't really need to know too much more about him. So again, with my mouth, I was saying, I want more, but in my heart, with my actions, I wasn't doing more because I was scared. And a lot of times when we feel stuck, that's what we do. We let fear control our actions in our lives. And that is not what we should be doing, right? We want to move forward powerfully and exciting. And that means embracing the unknown. That doesn't mean we're still not going to be scared. It doesn't mean that we're not going to be anxious or have nervousness from time to time. But it does mean that we need to move forward in a way that serves us. And if you feel stuck, you are not being served, right? You are not being served by playing small, and you're not being served by letting fear control you, okay? So that's the first thing I had to learn this year. Is like, you know what? You can be scared and do it anyways. The second thing I had to really come to grips with this year was my failures, right? A lot of times as we're moving forward in our professional careers and our lives, we understand we are oftentimes, I don't want to say the victim because that would be the wrong way to say it, but oftentimes things are done to us, right? In a way that is not respectful or with integrity. And that really frustrates us and makes us upset and sad and want to kind of move forward. But we don't oftentimes deal with the mistakes that we have made, the bad decisions that we have actually done, not looking at anybody else, but looking in the mirror. And I really struggled to overcome and have come to grips with and have conversations with some of my bad decisions. Like, I've actually done some, when I say bad, I don't mean like, kill anyone or anything like that, but I've done some things that I'm not necessarily proud of, at work. And a lot of times those failures, those times I messed up, they came back to haunt me because I hadn't dealt with the core issue. And because they came back to haunt me, I wasn't able to move forward powerfully, right? I was just, I don't say sitting in my laurels, but I was kind of just flowing through life in a way that wasn't exciting and powerful and moving forward. And I keep saying the word powerful because we are powerful people. We can expect and demand what we want, but oftentimes we don't do that. So again, fear held me back. That had me stuck earlier. And then I had, I was just haunted by my failures of the past. I messed up. I've done some things that I was like, dang, don't want to experience that again. And I had not taken the opportunity to sit down and deal with what that felt like, what that looked like, what that meant, how to have a conversation about it. And I just was kind of like sweeping things under the rug, right? I was kind of ignoring those things. And when you feel stuck, this might be the time to address some of those issues. We always talk about strengths. I think strengths are amazing, wonderful things, but we also have to be able to deal with our weaknesses. Not to say that we have to focus on them, but we should definitely have a conversation with ourselves about what are our weaknesses and how can we move forward, right? How do we move on when you make a mistake, when you have a failure, when you have those things that happen, if they haunt you, you can't move forward, right? So I spent the first 6 months dealing with my failures, dealing with things I've done wrong, dealing with those feelings and unresolved issues of things not done to me, but things that I did, right? Things that I had to do. So when you feel stuck, this might be the perfect opportunity to deal with the things that you don't really want to talk about, right? The things that you don't really want other people to talk to you about, the things that you kind of just sweep under the rug. So I've done a lot of things in my mind that is very non-traditional, right? Because you guys know me, I'm logic, I'm all logic. So I've been journaling and praying and going by water and taking walks and doing a lot of things to serve myself so that I could fully come to grip with and deal with my failures in a way that, you know what, they happened, it's okay, but it's time to move forward, right? It's time to get unstuck. And if I don't deal with these issues myself, how am I supposed to help you guys when you guys come to me with questions, right? So I spent the first 6 months of 2019 just getting out of feeling stuck. Those feelings, the emotions, the actions. I'm all about alignment. And I've spent the last 6 months aligning myself for exciting, powerful rest of 2019, professionally, personally, mentally, spiritually. And I'm super, super excited about the results that have come, right? Now, I have to be honest, full disclosure, it kind of sucked. It wasn't fun, but it prepared me for some amazing, when I say amazing, for some amazing opportunities that are coming and that are on the way. So I'm super duper excited to share that. Can't share that with you today, but that news is coming. And then I had to deal with the final thing, and this actually surprised me because I wasn't expecting this particular, I'll say, topic to come up. But as I was speaking with my accountability partners, I discovered that another reason I felt stuck and I wasn't really moving forward powerfully in a way that I would normally move is that I didn't feel like I deserved any better. Like, I didn't believe it. For some reason, something inside of me said, like, Ashley, you've had amazing experiences. You've had an amazing life. This is as good as it gets, right? And to be honest, I have no idea where that thought came from. We're still working on that. But there's just something that was inside of me that said, you know what? You don't deserve any better. You've already had an amazing life. You've had some amazing experiences. You lived across the country. What more do you want? In other words, my mind was telling me that I was being selfish for expecting the abundance of God. I was feeling selfish for actually wanting more than what I had. I had thoughts of I wasn't feeling grateful or having gratitude because I wanted more. And I really had to come to grips with I didn't feel like I deserved it. Something inside of me didn't believe that I deserved more. And for some reason, I had to really get out of that mindset and know that, you know what? I have had an amazing life, amazing opportunities. I've met really, really cool people, but the best is yet to come. And I don't care, what other people think of me. It's more important what I thought of myself in terms of believing and deserving that I want more, right? I deserve more, right? God has more for me, right? That's really, really what I have to focus on. Like, it's okay to want better and believe for better and deserve better. And that's what I actually spent a lot of time talking about and journaling about was my feelings of inadequacy, right? My feeling of being an imposter, what we call imposter syndrome, where you don't feel qualified to do what you know how to do. Like, I've been doing business and resumes since before I went to college, but all of a sudden I just felt like I wasn't qualified. I didn't have the credentials. I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the results. Like, all of these things kind of came up. And to be honest, still not quite sure where they came from, but they came up in the last 6 months. And this is something that I've been really, really having to deal with and that I want to make sure that you guys are aware of and dealing with too, because if you're feeling stuck, I'm pretty sure that you're experiencing at least one of these issues. You are either scared of the unknown, not sure if the unknown is going to be positive or negative. Either way, you're not really sure, so you're not going to move forward. So your behaviors and actions aren't going to match your thinking, right? You're haunted by your past failures. Yeah, you messed up, but you know what? You can move forward in a powerful way. You learn from those mistakes, and we call them experiences, right? And how do you deal with it fully, not just intellectually, but like in your heart? And then lastly, you have to believe and know that you were meant for greatness, that you were meant for more, that you were put on this earth for a purpose, for a reason, and that it was divinely designed. And that's what I have been working on for the last 6 months, right? Those three things. So I can get those three things down. And I promise, since I've been working on those, I can see a shift in my life. I felt the shift, and then I saw the actual, what they call physical manifestations of those things. I've had people put in my life. I've had opportunities presented my way, and I'm super excited that I can now say that I am now unstuck, right? I spent the majority of this year feeling stuck, and now I am unstuck. And I just felt the need to share this. Now, if this is not for you, understand life is great, life is good. Awesome. Share this to someone you know, right? Or save this for when you feel like you might get stuck in a routine, or you might get stuck in a rut, or something happens, right? Hi, Christian. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for joining. Man, that's so true. I'm not sure what you said is so true, Christian, but I'm excited that you're excited. This is Jessica says, God will not give you the vision without provision. Okay, you know what? This is true, right? God will not give you the vision without the provision. But it doesn't feel like that all the time, right? And that's what I've struggled with this year, is that God did give me the vision. He gave me the vision so many years ago, right? So many years ago. But for me, it still had not come to pass. And that's what I struggle with. I didn't struggle with believing God could do it. I struggle with the timing and what do I do in the meantime, right? If that makes sense. So I know God will give me provision, but the timing of it just was so close on so many different things that I'm not sure. I just didn't believe that, that like it was really going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I have faith. I know it's possible, but sometimes I'm not sure if it's possible for me. Like I see God do amazing things for other people. I hear about the miracles in my church and in my friends, but a lot of times, if we're really honest, we can say that, you know what? That's cool. I believe in God, but I don't know if God gonna show up for me like that. Even though He's already done it in the past, the timing of it sometimes doesn't feel right, or in terms of provision, the way I want God to provide for me and the way He actually provides for me don't always match up. So that's always an interesting conversation. The way I thought God was going to fix it and the way He actually fixed it are two separate things, and it doesn't always feel the best, right? So that's what I've been actually working through these last 6 months. Christian says, oh my gosh, me too. Yeah, hashtag stuck. It happens, right? And I find that it happens to be honest, really ambitious, smart, intelligent, goal-oriented women, because I feel like a lot of people just kind of feel like we have it all together, and they kind of were unofficial. At least I am. I've been an unofficial role model for people, but they don't always know the struggles or the things that I have to go through. So, and sometimes it's not the easiest to share because I'm supposed to be the person with all the answers, right? But we all get stuck. It happens to everyone. So you are not alone. But these are the three things I've been focusing on this year. This last 6 months. When I say this year, I mean the entire year. I mean from January until now. Like, it's been an ongoing struggle for me to really get a handle on some of these items. But once I did, I've been super excited about the results and the manifestations and the really cool things that have appeared and kind of come down the pipeline because I'm ready, right? Let's see here. Banks says you're right about that. Yeah, sometimes the timing is just really most important. Christian says, what if people are mean to us at work and write us up for stupid things? Okay, yeah. So discouragement, and I can totally talk about this. I don't want this to get too long, but yeah. So I struggle with this. Okay, I just listened to a sermon by Michael Todd, and his whole thing is about honoring people that, in my opinion, don't deserve it. That was the entire sermon. And it took me forever to watch it because I do feel sometimes that I am penalized for doing the right thing. Oftentimes, I do feel penalized for doing what is good and what is right. And I see people who are doing mean things, malicious things, not following the rules, doing everything the opposite of what I'm doing. And they appear not to have any repercussions. It's like, it's cool. That's fine. But I do things the right way, right? I do things in order, right? I do things and I get in trouble for doing things the right way. Oh my, so, okay. Sorry, I'm getting really amped, right? But I get frustrated. That bothers me But what I have to know is I'm not sure what's happening in their background, and I can't make assumptions that things aren't happening to them just because I don't see things happening to them, if that makes sense, right? It is discouraging, it is upsetting, but I know who I am and what I believe and what I'm capable of. So if that means it's time for me to leave my position and find bigger and better things, sometimes I got to make that tough decision. That means I have to sit here and swallow it because I have to take care of my family. Sometimes we got to do that too, right? We all are adults. We have to make the best decisions for us. And it is frustrating, but you do have to pray about it. But yes, it is discouraging to be the only person, it seems, right, to make the right call, do the right things, be the person with integrity, and then get in trouble for it. And you know other people are doing the wrong thing. So I totally get that. Totally get that. I always just say, just hang in there, right? Just hang in there and keep it moving, right? But that's really what I want to talk about. Is if you're feeling stuck, those are the three things that you're probably dealing with. You're dealing with the fear of unknown. You're dealing with, past failures of yourself, not what other people have done, but what you have done. And sometimes it's a struggle to look in the mirror to, really turn those negatives into positives and really believing that you deserve better, right? Those are the three things that I have been really focusing on this last 6 months of 2019. And dealing with those things in the right way and talking with an accountability partner and working through some issues and doing some exercises and a whole lot of work, I was able to move beyond that and really get out of that and get unstuck. And that is what I want for you. So if you're struggling, right, and you feel like you feel stuck in terms of your career, professionally, business-wise, I invite you to go to www.workwithashley-.com and fill out a assessment. I call it assessment. It's just questions, right? It's really to apply for my career breakthrough strategy session. And what that is a conversation, right? It's a kickstart to see how we can get you unstuck, because to be honest, that's really, really what you want. Like, that's what I had to do. I am a career branding expert. I help people get unstuck all the time. I build people's programs out, their businesses out. It's super, super, super simple to me, but it's difficult to do your work on yourself, right? So I had to pick up the phone and talk to someone and talk through some things and work some things out and invest in myself to move out of this holding pattern, to get from being stuck, right? Moving from stuck to unstuck, right? And that's what I want for you. So if this applies to you, then I invite you to go to www.workwithashley-.com, complete the application so we can get you on the calendar for a career breakthrough strategy session. Now, I get questions about the questions all the time, like, why do I have to complete this application? Well, basically, it's just so that I can have some information with you, so we can have a conversation to see if I can help you. Sometimes, to be honest, I'm not the best person to help you, so I can help you on to someone else. A referral, right, might be the best thing you need. Sometimes it may not need a conversation. Maybe you need a book to read, or this journal prompt, or XYZ. I don't want to waste your time or mine, because that's time that we can't get back. But if there is something that I can help you with, we can get rid of the formalities and get straight to the heart of the matter to see how we can help you get unstuck, right? Because I have felt stuck in a holding pattern for, I would say, the majority of this year, and I'm just now officially getting out of it, and I'm super duper excited. And I know what it feels like, and if I can help someone else get out, like someone help me, I would love to do that. So go to www.workwithashley-.com to complete application for a career breakthrough strategy session, so we can help you get unstuck and move forward powerfully for the rest of 2019. All right, guys, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Until next time, this is Ashley Dash, your favorite career branding expert. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.